It looks like, let's go ahead and count how many guys are actually capable of stopping this man from moving forward. Number 26 bounces off of him. What makes it even more amazing is that the guy that's actually initiating the tackle is morphing through another player. So it shouldn't even have taken place in the tackle shouldn't even have taken place in the first place. Number 26 bounces off of him. Number 81 bounces off of him. Number 88 bounces off. Number 27 bounces off. 37 bounces off. Even the kicker can't even impact the tackle there. This is something unacceptable to me in next generation football.
Unlike years past where you would see the defender suction several yards in order to engage the ball carrier to start a tackle, now a tackle won't start until true collision is made between the defender and the ball carrier. In this case, you'll see Jonathan Vilma about to tackle Rashad Mendenhall. And as you can see, there's no sliding, the players aren't starting to bend or transform until the tackle is actually starting. In the background, we have Greer about to add on to the gang tackle, and his impact is going to affect the actual outcome of the tackle that triggers. Because Greer is bringing so much momentum, he knocks the players backwards. And unlike previous years where he might just bounce off or fall to the ground or not have any effect at all, he affects the outcome of the play.
One of the most good people, this is Sim, F-Ball Critic, and this is the Sim Standard. And this is part 7 of my suggestion series for EA Sports and the Madden development team. Alright, now we're going to take a look at this play, we'll break it down. The first suggestion will be in regards to ball trajectory. And you're going to take a look at that here. I'm going to basically zoom in on the ball. And also ball placement. Look at the trajectory of this ball here. The ball is being placed only in a spot where the receiver can make a play at. That's fundamental football. There's no ifs and buts about that. That's fundamental football. So these are the type things I would love to see in the next Madden game.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a rocket arm. They can throw it 1,000,000 miles per hour, but really the difference is the guys that can throw the ball, different type of touch, to drop that ball in over linebackers, in between safeties, and we really made a concerted effort on focusing on changing the trajectories in Madden NFL 13.
Now I'm not gonna be unrealistic and say that in 1 year EA Sports could develop an engine that could reproduce what we saw Natural Motion do in Backbreaker. I'm not gonna be unrealistic and say that that's a possibility. But what I am saying is that it is possible, that it has been done, that real life physical tackles, real physics can be displayed in a next generation football game.
It's so authentic, and everybody's talking about the new Infinity engine. Tell me about it.
Well, the Infinity engine alludes to the limitless possibilities that we have in this game now due to this engine. It is an animation-driven physics engine which augments every single animation in the game in a realistic manner. So every animation that you thought you would have noticed or recognized is now completely different because of the interaction that happens between people. You'll see legs flailing realistically. You'll see more momentum conserved. You'll see players flying off the line much more. So I need to fight for every yard as well.
And that's different from last year's version of this game where that play would have just essentially been
Absolutely. You'd see it, you'd know when it's over, but now, in this case, you just don't know. These guys are going to fight harder. Things are going to be more organic and realistic, and you're going to have to play to the whistle.
That's awesome, man. The new Infinity engine, obviously, it makes a lot of difference. There's no question about that. And when you look at the new Madden NFL 13 game, it is so realistic. I mean, it's like being there on Sunday.
That's right.
Just think of this as a football game, and you're juking, you're cutting from side to side, and you're putting a move on the defender. And you put, you do all this, you do a solid stutter step juke, and then you hit them with a quick spin move to the left or to the right. That would be crazy to see that and see it run smooth and fluid. You could do that with FIFA. It's just that you're playing soccer. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that in Madden because the game is so jerky, and the animation selection is so limited. You don't have that happen. Just think of this as a football game, and you're juking, you're cutting from side to side, and you're putting a move on the defender, and you put, you do all this, you do a solid stutter step juke, and then you hit them with a quick spin move to the left or to the right. That would be crazy to see that and see it run smooth and fluid.
What up, Europe? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan Gaming, and this video I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. You saw the beginning. I know it was a long introduction, but I had to show this because the sim community is starting to lose their mind once again. I mean, it's not like it's the first time, but they're really starting to lose their mind. I've been watching a lot of videos, keeping quiet, haven't been leaving comments on, you know, people like J Music and all them, put them in the game, all the little videos. I've never left a comment on them. I seen a subscriber of mine, I saw him make a video towards the TheSimStandard, and it's just getting out of hand. A lot of you guys have forgotten, obviously, how the TheSimStandard alone improved the game, and that's why I showed those clips in the beginning, because a lot of you guys are trying to act like you don't see the improvements in these NCAA and Madden titles. This is why the TheSimStandard and me have been quiet, because there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, they can, whenever the game comes out, then that's when you break down the game and you see, okay, there's still a little bit of flaws in the game. This needs to be fixed by next year. And that's what they've been doing, man. When the game comes out, that's when they start throwing out videos after video. When they first review the game, they get their first impressions, then they start breaking down the game, looking at the flaws and everything. And as you can see from all the little clips in the beginning, they've helped this game out a lot. Now, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed for coming at the TheSimStandard like they haven't improved the title. And another thing people been talking about is the Uncle Ruckus thing. I don't know who he is. I think, if I remember correctly, he was like a Madden fanboy or something, so I'm guessing he still is. And he mentioned that the consumer is not the boss. And a lot of people was going crazy about this. Me, I was going crazy about it too, until I had a talk with Smitty myself, because, you know, I talked to Smitty. I know a lot about how he feels about the game. I remember him on Madden 13 came out, he was saying the game is great, but it's still not where it needs to be. So a lot of you guys are saying they become fanboys. No, that is not the truth. He will always say, hey, the game is great, but there's still a lot of things that needs to be fixed to make it better than 2K5. Alright, so anyway, basically this Uncle Ruckus thing, man. Uncle Ruckus said that the consumer is not the boss, and a lot of people went crazy. I had an argument with John doing some people in this party yesterday, trying to tell them, you know, how he meant it and what he meant, and how he was actually right. And, you know, it took me a while to actually realize it, because, you know, I just thought it was a crazy comment and I thought it was wrong until Smitty actually told me, and I just looked at it on the outside and didn't just look at it on the inside and just be all stubborn in my ways. I actually was like, okay, let me think about this. So what he was saying is the consumer is not the boss is pretty much true. I can understand what he means, and the reason is because, yes, the consumer is the target of the game. They have to make the consumer happy. So what the consumer wants, the consumer should get. But that does not make the customer the boss, because EA in the end has the choice rather to choose what they want to put in the game. As you hear, they have the choice to choose. That means they don't have to listen to you. They can do whatever they want to do. They could choose what they want to put in the game and release it. There's nothing you can do about it. You don't have any say, to be honest, with what they choose. They could do whatever they feel like and put out whatever they want to. Only thing you could do is throw some suggestions out and hope that they listen to it and they put it in the game. And I gave them an example. I said, you know, because they were trying to say, well, the way EA goes in the office, they say, hey, well, we want to make some money. Let's listen to these guys, and we're going to put that in the game. And I said, no. The way they do it is they go in the office, they say, okay, we got guys over on this side that say they want simulation football, and they want all this simulation stuff. They got guys on the right side who don't really care. They want arm pads and elbow pads and gloves and stuff like that. And then they got the guys who sort of in the middle, and they're like, okay, well, how can we make all of these guys happy? Because we can't put every single thing in that they want, so let's choose out of the stuff that they want and put it in the game. So that means they're making a choice of what they want to put in the game, and if it doesn't make it in the game and the customers don't like it, then they're probably making it there next year. That means they are their own boss. You are not their boss at all. It's like you going to your manager and you say, hey, I'm your employee, I want more pay or I'm quitting. That's not going to make them give you more pay. They'll give you more pay if they feel like it, or other than that they'll say, okay, well, get out of here, you're fired. You're not their boss. It goes with the customers in the store too. A customer say, hey, why don't you have this item in the store? I would like for this item to be in the store. This other store has it. And they can look at them and say, oh, okay, well, fine, I don't care. I mean, go to that store then. You're not their boss, okay? If they decide that they want to get that item or put that item in the game, they can do that, all right? So that's all I wanted to say, and I don't know why I had that right there, but that's all I wanted to say about that whole thing. Like I said, I just want to make this video because it seems like y'all forgot how much the SimStandard did for the Madden and NCAA series. The game is improving every single year gameplay wise. No gimmicks like when Ian Cummins was in there. You can look at the difference. I can make a video from Madden, like let's say Madden 9 all the way to Madden 11 or 12 trailers to show how much the game is improving compared to how it was when Ian Cummins was in office. You dig? So I'm gonna get out of here. I know this was a long video, but you know, I just had to show all those clips, and that's kind of what prolonged it. I couldn't even speak about everything I wanted to speak about, so I'm guessing a lot of people are going to be angry, and then I had to make another video to explain or to rebuttal whatever their argument is. So this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan of Gaming, and I'm out of here. All right, 1.